What's up, YouTube? Welcome to ExceedTheHype.com. It's your boy Luke Cracio back at you with another video. It's been a little while. No basketball news for a little while until today. Finally, on the East Coast at least, it is August 23rd, which means the Andrew Wiggins is available to be traded, which means the Kevin Love Andrew Wiggins trade is now official. All right, so the trade is a little bit different than we originally thought. Okay, so basically, Cleveland, the Cavaliers will get Kevin Love and only Kevin Love. That's all they're getting out of this deal. Okay, the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to come away with a package that includes Andrew Wiggins, the #1 pick in this draft, Anthony Bennett, the #1 pick in last year's draft, Thaddeus Young from the 76ers, and a trade exception. Alright? Pretty good haul. Like, a lot of people are saying, oh, that's not enough for Kevin Love. I totally believe that is quite enough for Kevin Love. That is a good haul. Those are not players to scoff at. Alright? Now, the interesting thing is that Thaddeus Young, I did say this in one of my other videos, but the interesting thing is that Thaddeus Young is involved in the main deal. I thought it would be a separate deal that nets Thaddeus Young, and I actually thought that Anthony Bennett would be the piece that gets Minnesota Thaddeus Young. But it's not how it went down. Alright, so you might be asking at this point, what did Philadelphia get out of this deal? Well, Philadelphia got Luke Mabu. I don't know how to say his name, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. He was Kevin Love's teammate at UCLA or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how to say his name. And Alexei Shavid, whatever. I don't know how to say their names, okay? I'm familiar with Luke. I've seen him play quite a bit. I remember him from UCLA as well, unless I'm mistaken, but I don't think I'm mistaken. He's a solid role player. Pretty good role player. I have no idea who the Alexei guy is. I've never seen him, never even really heard the name before. So if any of you guys know anything about him, feel free to comment below and school me on his skill sets in the NBA. Philadelphia will also get the really good trade piece that everybody seems to be enamored with, and that's Miami's 2015 first-round pick, which I believe is protected for one more year, and then it becomes unprotected. Interesting how that works. So, which was a very big piece. A lot of teams were interested in that draft pick specifically. So, with that being said, I think it's a very good trade for the Cavs. I think it's an excellent trade for Minnesota, and I think it's more nonsense from Philadelphia. Their multiple year tanking thing is just silly. Ultimately, you want pieces that you can build. If you're going to tank that many times for that many years, you're going to want to build a super team. That's not what they're doing. They have Embiid. They drafted 2 centers, which doesn't make any sense. They're going to have to trade Noel, most likely, because they're not going to trade Embiid. They're talking about trading Michael Carter-Williams and trying to get Dante Exum. Their plan doesn't make any sense. Like, they're getting young pieces, but the young players they're getting aren't like star players. They're not going to, this team, even if they draft like #1 next year, this team is not going to, even in 5 years, this team is not going to be able to like contend, because the pieces are good, but they're not good enough. So, with the exception of Embiid, in my opinion. I don't know what Philly's doing. Philly is just nonsense to me. I don't really respect what that team is doing right now. And that's a storied franchise, very good franchise, history of excellence in the NBA. It's sad to see them resorting to like tanking. It's a stupid plan, in my opinion. Minnesota. So let's discuss Minnesota a little bit. They get a potential phenom in Andrew Wiggins, who I think will be an excellent player in this league, especially now. Maybe it was a little bit of a question mark had the LeBron thing not happened, the Cleveland thing. But I think the disrespect that he's seen from Cleveland, and well, not disrespect, not personal disrespect, but the fact that, you know, they're like, yeah, we're shipping him on out of here. LeBron didn't acknowledge him. LeBron never called him. Now, from the outward appearance from somebody looking in, it seems like LeBron, takes a lot of the young guys under his wing. And it seems like from the beginning, even though I know Andrew Wiggins was at 2 of the camps, and, there's the video on YouTube and stuff of LeBron, being excited when Andrew Wiggins was about to dunk on somebody at the LeBron James Skills Academy. But, the kind of shunning, like, I don't have time for this. This guy isn't either he's not there yet. And the general feeling that he's not there yet and they don't have time to wait on him, I think that's going to drive him and put a chip on his shoulder, and it's going to make him a great player in this league, I think. Had it not happened, I wonder how great he would have been, how motivated he would have been. Anthony Bennett, stretch 4, he makes some boneheaded mistakes, but he has talent. He's not going to be a garbage player in this league at all. Thaddeus Young is the interesting piece in this whole thing. The fact that Philly was able to give him up for, not a whole lot is what kind of irritates me. Thaddeus Young is a good player, all right? He doesn't have the star power. His game isn't, like, pretty like that to where he's going to get a lot of attention. But he is a very, very effective player. He competes at a high level, all right? You can see him, out competing people on the court. It was sad to see him in Philly last year because he was the only one competing on the court a lot of the time. But he's a good player. He's going to help Minnesota. He's going to help lead those guys and mentor those guys. I really do believe that. And the trade exception, that's just for like the salary cap people and trade people. It's not for me to talk about. And then Kevin Love going to Cleveland. Obviously a big deal. He's the 3rd piece of their big 3. Naturally, he's going to have to improve on the defensive end. I do think he's going to be their second option. Some people on one of my other videos didn't agree with my assessment that he's going to be the second option. Kyrie Irving is not going to, in my opinion, Kyrie Irving is not going to be the second option on this team. He's going to play more of a facilitator role. And even if he wasn't, even if they made LeBron the primary facilitator on offense, Kyrie Irving would still be the third option on offense. It doesn't make sense when you have somebody who averaged 26 points in the NBA on a bad team to take a backseat to somebody who averaged 21 points in the NBA on a bad team. It just doesn't make it. Kevin Love is the big, and he's going to be the big. He's going to be the second option on offense to LeBron. All right, which it doesn't matter anyway. As long as they fit together, is really what matters. Is how they're going to be able to win. It's how they blend together. It doesn't even really matter who is what option on offense. But yeah, exciting news for Cleveland and Minnesota, in my opinion, because you got rid of somebody who didn't want to be there, and you getting young players who want to be there and who also have a chip on their shoulder and who also get to lead a new team. All right, Andrew Wiggins. There was a lot of memes on Twitter about Andrew Wiggins and acting like he was the guy from Captain Phillips. It's like, look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now, which I thought was very funny. Anyway, leave your comments, like the video, subscribe to the page. Shout out to all my new subscribers or whatever that subscribed within the last. I didn't make a video in a little while. It was slow news time. I'm probably going to pick up on some football videos just to keep it going until basketball season starts off. But, yeah, let me know what you think about this trade, about the details of this trade. Leave your comments and like the video, subscribe. All right, see you next time.